Yo, what's up guys? This is Astranox and I'm gonna be making a guide for Tales of Erin, a for how to make a mono team and why you should do it. So first of all, let's go in the character album. So it all depends on what kind of heroes you manage to summon. Let's say out of the 5 stars, you've got one or two water 5 stars. Let's say you got two, right? Well, in the rounds of characters, you go in the summon rounds of character. This list rotates. You can get any hero in the game from here. It's different for everyone. It rotates every day when the daily reset, and it costs 5,000 summon emblems to purchase a hero of your choosing. From the when you start your account, you're gonna have about 10,000 summon emblems. After playing for a while, you pretty much get those for free, just as you level up and you progress in the game. So yeah, so you got two water heroes, and let's say you don't have Mimiru, you could buy her, and then whenever the other one shows up that you don't have, let's say it's Reniscan, you just buy it. Now you have 4 5-star water characters, and you can just build a mono water team. You could do the same thing with any of the other elements: water, fire, wind, light, or dark. The 4 stars, they cost 1,000. There's some very strong 4 stars in the game. So let's go back here. Now you could run in the water team Shiro to remove damage over time. Great healer. 2 heals, single target heal, team and a team heal, and some passives to boost your group. If you're running fire, you want to build a mono fire team, you get Rabis from an event or after logging in 25 days for free. Now Chloe, there was an event to get her, but this event's gonna end. So I mean, the next event, it could be a free 5-star of another element. But in this scenario, let's say you got Rabis for free. You manage to pull Mao. Mao is strongest fire damage dealer because she has her soul costume at the moment. Lian is extremely strong as well. She doesn't even have her soul costume. But you could run Rabis and Mao, and then from the rounds of characters, you'd buy Lian, and you'd buy Petralia. Petralia is new right now. She's a support that heals, single target heal, puts an absorb shield, bunch of buffs from active buffs and passive. So you could do a team after that. You go Mao as your main damage dealer. You go Lian. Early on, you might not have the costumes to make Lian super tanky. To have her tank, you could just pull from the shop. Yeah, I said Petralia and Lian. So you could run. Actually, Rabis not really good. I would use much rather use Nefeeru as a support healer and team buffer, or Lotus Moon. Those two are 4 stars instead of Rabis. So you'd roll with Mao, Lian, Nefeeru, and Lotus Moon. And Lotus Moon and Nefeeru would be support characters to buff up your team. And Mao would be the main damage dealer, and Lian would be another damage dealer slash tanker, and you'd build damage and get your survival up through HP increase, team buffing HP increase on your support unit to make her stronger. But really early on, if you get like a Chloe to tank, you do like triple range with Chloe, you do triple range with Garcia as a tank, and then you'd eventually switch into Lian as your tank with triple range, because Lian counterattacks when she loses 10% HP or gets attacked 3 times with this thing. Alright, so if you are if you manage to get 1 or 2 wind 5-star characters, you could make a mono wind team. Vala is the healer. She heals the whole team with this thing here. Mass rejuvenation. Mass rejuve. Let's just call it mass rejuve. Alright. Heals the ally with lowest HP by 1600% of attack power. That's not gonna heal for much, but then you gain rejuvenation on the party, and that restores 4% of max HP every 3 seconds for 30 seconds. So that's 40% healing on all your team, 40% of their max HP, and the 1600 attack power part will I mean that's burst healing from that, so you get that instant heal, and then you get the rejuvenation for 30 seconds. So great team heal, but I mean, you might be lacking in single target healing, but it's fine because Wind have a super powerful tank. It's Leona, and she's basically immortal when she has a times shield on her. Time shields block and 1 attack. So this like gives you 7 layers. This gives you 3 layers, and every time she loses 8% of her HP, she gains a times shield. So it's just insane. And then this reduces her cooldown whenever she loses a layer, and increase her attack and crit rate. But she's a tank. So I mean, you get Vala. Let's say you just pull Vala, that's the only hero you have. Well, you can just you manage to I don't know, summon a 4-star Kulasha, or like actually it would be better to roll with triple range and Leona as a frontline tank. So like Vala and Shaidu, and then you'd run one of the other 4-stars. I don't know them really. You could roll with a magician, a sharpshooter, not a warrior, a Harubi. A 3-star wouldn't run them, but yeah, just run with the 3 range and Leona's tank. So you just buy whatever's missing from the rounds of character with summon emblems. Light, well, there's only really 4 characters right now. You need, if you manage to pull Tiamat, you just go and you build Tiamat, Refuse, Guilford, and Angelina. So you pull Tiamat or you pull Refuse, and then with rounds of character you get what's missing. Guilford is the tank, Angelina is a support healer that removes damage over time and has some passive to buff up the team. Refuse is a support slash damage dealer, but Tiamat is your main damage dealer. So basically the whole point is you stack all these characters of the same element, and then let me show you my team. I have different groups. This is a group for pure damage with debuffing the target with defense down 30% to increase my damage, and Lian's tanking and countering all the time. Mao is main damage dealer, but Lian is up there with her in terms of damage because she's countering so often. Nefeeru is supporting. This composition is Garcia taunts. He takes aggro from the monster, so Lian is safe. This will not deal as much damage, but it's safer. You can see the stat difference in HP. And then my group 3 is I'm using a divinity. The other one was a divinity for damage. This is a divinity, the origin, for healing. So I've got healing from there. I got healing from Nefeeru, the 4th hero. And yeah, I mean, Garcia has more, everyone has more health. And they have a bit less attack. Lian will not counter as much, but you can see the difference in the stats. This will give me the most team power. Check here in the ranking. I'm free to play, rank 74, and I mean I'm missing a bunch of stuff. Some of the items I have on, I can skill up and gain more power easily. So here we go. For gearing out, what you want is, this is a hybrid attack and HP, Soiled Red Lotus. You see Raging Fire, Scorched Skies. You see below that crit rate of fire characters in the party plus 6%. Well, when you're running a mono team, you can stack all these bonuses. It's so much easier. This attack of fire characters in the party 5%. This crit rate of fire characters in the party 6%. But this is not what's the most amazing thing about it. It's when you run support items like this. Fire Seed Blade. This is a tier 4 costume. You can craft it, or you might get it from an event, and or you can pull it from the costume gacha summoning system using gems, but I don't recommend that for free-to-play players. So yeah, you see this, the bonus skill under Fire Claw of Origin, crit rate of fire characters in the party 4%. Then you got attack of fire characters in the party plus 40% when the skill is maxed at level 10. So this is boosting your main damage dealer or main damage dealers. 40% is huge, and then another one 40%, and then attack of fire characters in the party plus 3%. It's not much, but still better than nothing. And then attack of fire characters plus 14%. This is a self buff, and all these buff you can just go and convert, and you can use a gold hammer and try to you get a new random set of bonus skills, and you try your luck with this. You should not use gold hammers on tier 3 items. You should use them on tier 4 or plus items. To know the tier of the costume, you see Fire Seeds Blade. Well, there's the icon, and the bottom right of the icon you see I and V in Roman number. That means 4. 3 is this here. It's just like I or 111s together. This is 2. So yeah, that's really great. And this is a tier 4 HP buffing costume for fire characters. So all these items, there's the version for any element in the game, the fire, water, wind, light and dark, they all have a version of these costumes. So you would do the same thing, but in whichever element you decide to build. So this has a bonus skill of HP of dark characters in the party 4%. I don't need that, it's not useful for me. But attack of fire character plus 18%. This is a self-buffing attack bonus. I can reroll this with convert and try to get some team crit, team attack, or team HP increase. This is only level 7, the skill. I could buff it up to make it stronger. Now on Garcia, if I run Garcia as, let's say, my tank, if I want to protect Lian, I would run more like self-buffing HP costumes, which the tier 4, these drop from massive battles in whichever element you're building your mono team as. Crit rate of fire characters in the party 5% on the bonus skill, and attack of fire character 15%. 2 double bonuses for your element. When you get those things, it's really great. Like, imagine this thing if it had better rolls. HP of fire characters in the party 3%, and attack of fire characters in the party 5%. And then crit rate of fire characters in the party, 13%. This goes up to 15, I believe, at level 10, yes. This is only tier 2. I mean, this is broken through to level 100, but I didn't craft any tier 3 or 4 of these yet. Haven't been lucky with that. And this here, another like great bonus skills. Unfortunately, the rolls are low, but still you can farm those in massive battles and eventually get something amazing. But HP for the team 3% and attack 4% for the team. You see all these bonus, like all this crit. Out of all the crit buffing costumes that I have, I'm getting, I wrote it down here, I'm getting 40% team crit from my skill bonuses. Like, that's crazy. 40%, then you got a base of at least 5% of your character. You get 5% from, at least around 5% from your guild as buff. You're already at 50% plus. So yeah, it's really great. And then you can keep on buffing your team. Also here you got the divinities. This one, the passive boosts the attack of the party by 40%. This works for any element though. And this one buff ups the HP, max HP of all characters in the party by 40%. Now there's another thing you can use, is you can go in information in the home screen and you can edit next to title to the right, edit. There's titles. The ones I'm using is I have Alvin plus 10. I pulled him 10 time, 11 time total. Human second only to God. This is the attack boost for fire characters in the party by 30%. You see this, some titles that are easy to obtain. So yeah, you can stack the title, you can stack the skill bonuses, you can stack the skill on the costume. I mean, this is a massive increase in damage for everyone, and health and crit, and it just makes your team so much stronger. And I mean, yeah, why would you run a team that is not a mono team? Here's an example. Since mono fire team cannot remove damage over time effect, well, I'm forced to use a hero, a character from another element. This is the light element, Angelina. I'm using her just because she's the only one that I have that can dispel damage over time from the light team. So you might run triple, you can run triple of your element plus one of another one if you're missing a utility like remove damage over time. You can run Shiru instead of Angelina, and yeah, I mean, it works out. And you can also do something like, you know, I was running her as tank and 3 fire characters in the back, or 2 fire character and Angelina to remove damage over time. She, like, this is self-buffing HP for her, but I was actually running only this one. This is not even powered up. And then I was running 2 costumes that boost my fire team, just because she was able to survive without needing more items for herself. So she was still using items that boost my team. Like, I could use, well, I could locate most things, but I can use this, let's say, HP of fire characters in the party plus 18%. And then I can go here and another item, increase HP of fire characters in the party 16%, HP of fire characters self buff 19% on the bonus skill. Like, you can use these. I mean, these are not good, but you can, it depends on which character you're bringing in the group. Let's say Angelina, I was able to get her in. Now I changed her costume, but she was using 2 of these self-buffing HP, which are not even high skilled, they're only levels 5. And for the third one, I was running an attack buffing costume for the team, for my fire team. So you should still keep on buffing your main group with a hero from another element. If you're starting out and you have 5-star from other element, there's people that are running. You can go in the ranking too to get an idea of what people are running. This is a mono light team. This is a mono fire team, triple range with Lian as tank with counter spam, and Petralia is really good at keeping her alive and the whole team, and Nefeeru is a team healer. Petralia is a single target healer. This is a mono light team with Petralia as a support character to increase the team's defenses and help with the healing, with the single target healing, with the barrier of life, and attack and defense increase is just really great, and reduction of the attack interval for the whole team. I checked her. Mono light, full for light characters. I'm showing you the people that are highest rank with highest power. This is how you increase your team power to crazy levels, is you stack the same element. Mono fire team, another one with Lian in the front line. A mono light team with fire Petralia as support. Pure mono light team. Might have checked this, yeah. There's some other teams like there's mono light with one 5-star dark character, Nicholas. Mono light. Can give you an idea of what's been used the most right now. Pure mono light. You see their title. Most are using the 20% HP buffing for every character from Sulasha plus 10. Mono light, pure mono light. This is mono light with Reniscan as tank. Reniscan is very strong, a water-based tank. This is pretty. This might be very specific for doing a challenge mission, let's say. But it is a mono fire team with Hera as support there. And Alvin was tank in front. Mono light. Mono fire with Alvin and Lian in front. Mono light. Like you see, it's pretty much so many mono light, but now people are making mono fire. There's a mono water team. You can see all 4 5-star water characters. Reniscan as tank. So this is a mix here. This is not an actual team here. You see the power 97,000. Same character. Mono light. Mono wind. Finally, one mono wind and one mono water so far. So that is triple range with Kalusha in front. Crazy HP on Kalusha. Interesting. Kalusha does more damage the lower her HP is. Mono water with Shiro that I was talking about. Mono light. Mono light is the most popular one, and then it's followed by fire, and then it's water, and then finally wind, I believe. Fire is getting more and more popular because the guild war will be a wind boss, and fire counters wind. There's also the elemental advantage of you countering an element, but then you might be facing another element that counters you, so you will take more damage. So eventually you might build 2 mono team of different elements to always have a team that counters whatever Guild War boss or whatever in the game you want to do. Farm Massive Battle. They might release higher difficulty stuff later down the line, so you will want a double mono element team. And I didn't even talk yet about the buffs. I mean, this is a long video. Alright, let's go here with the buffs. The buff like she, you see increased attack of fire character in the party 30%. Well, this is for any element, this buff, but this is for fire character and it's passive, it's always active. Garcia, you see increased max HP of fire characters in the party by 50%. I'd like to show you other characters for the passive. If I go and like Lotus Moon, I use her the first the ultimate defense reduction 30%. Vala, reduce attack interval of wind characters in the party by 40%, increase their water resistance and fire resistance by 40%. Angelina, increase attack of light characters in the party by 35% and reduce their attack interval by 35%. Increase max HP of light characters in the party by 35% and the restoration by 20%. Mirror Fuse, no. So yeah, you just stack buffs from costumes, from passives, from skill temporary buffs, or yeah. Some of the skills that do a buff, you can have them up permanently, and you can have a title that works for your element. And if we check like Renescan, increase attack and defense of water characters, very strong. Not sure about the other characters. Increase damage of water character in the party, the expense of crit rate. Increase debuff hit rate of water characters in the party by 40% and reduce their damage received by 20%. So this just goes to show you that stacking one element is the best, because everything works in your favor after that. It is so much easier to increase your team power and just make the game easier for you, and yeah, just stack one element, and then eventually in the mid game or end game just work on a second element, a different mono team. And you can always use characters of other element if you're missing a specific utility. And yeah, I mean, it all depends on what you get early on. You could re-roll your account and go for a specific hero if you want to do a mono light team. Try to get Tiamat, re-roll until you get Tiamat, and then just get the other stuff with the summon emblems. If you're doing fire right now, you'd go for either Mao or Lian first, or maybe Petralia, and then you can get the rest with summon emblems. The best would be to have 2 of the same element, you know, 2 5-star the same element that you'd like to build. And at that point you just get the rest with summon emblems, and just play the game, guys. Just have fun and have a good time. And that's gonna be it for this one. Thanks for watching. I'm Astranox. Like, comment, and subscribe for more. And I make a bunch of gameplay videos, how-tos, and guides for Tales of Erin. So check me out if you've never seen any other of my videos. I upload all the time. So yeah, check me out. And that's it. Peace out for now, guys.